Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Many of you probably are already aware that I like the Foreign Minister of India, Dr. Jay Shankar. And you know I don't like him because of his looks. I like him for what he says and what he does. To, defend his country, promote his country's interests in the face of a very low mentality coming from the West. He has no problem calling the West out in its hypocrisy. I have here two articles and some videos to show you that Mr. Jay Shankar calls the Western hypocrisy on Ukraine and Pakistan. I picked this particular article coming from Russia Today with Dr. Jay Shankar because in many of my videos covering Pakistan and India's situation, I think orchestrated by the same forces that orchestrated the Ukraine war, I said many times before that the United States of America, in particular, and Great Britain or France, are very uninterested in fighting terrorism in that area. We all know, that's clear that what occurred in Kashmir in India a few weeks ago, that was an act of terrorism. I haven't heard the Americans saying anything about it. I haven't heard the Brits. I haven't heard the French. But they are very upset with Russia terrorizing the Ukrainians. But nothing here. So I will show you how Dr. Jay Shankar calls these hypocrites out for good reason. And then I will have the Americans' statement of support for Pakistan, and they call Pakistan a phenomenal partner in counterterrorism. All right, let's start with Dr. Jay Shankar's statement. Russia Today, this is from June 11th, 2025. India accuses West of double standards on Ukraine and Pakistan. And here it is. Foreign Minister Jay Shankar has criticized Western countries for being reluctant to condemn terrorism in Kashmir. I covered that in many of my latest videos that I covered the Pakistan and India affair. You can go and watch them. I said it many times before. You're very much involved in Ukraine and calling the Russians this and that. Remember, we still have a war on terror, supposedly in America, but here, zip it. All right, let's go and read further what Dr. Jay Shankar has to say. Indian Foreign Minister Jay Shankar has said Western countries are hypocritical to expect India to take a strong stance against Russia, while shying away from condemning what New Delhi sees as Pakistan's sponsorship of terrorism in Kashmir. In an interview with Euractiv on Tuesday, Jay Shankar reiterated that India refuses to take sides. Hey, where am I? To take sides in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and I'm quoting, "We don't believe that differences can be resolved through war. We don't believe a solution will come from the battlefield. It's not for us to prescribe what the solution should be. My point is, we're not being prescriptive or judgmental, but we are also not involved." This guy is an intelligent, ballsy, straight guy. He is logical. I like him very much. Jay Shankar added that India is justified in questioning the West's moral authority regarding international matters given their past actions. And I'm quoting, "India has the longest standing grievance. Our borders were violated just months after independence when Pakistan sent in invaders to Kashmir. And the countries that were most supportive of that, Western countries. If those same countries who were evasive or reticent then now say let's have a great conversation about international principles, I think I'm justified in asking them to reflect on their own past." Now, Jaishankar is right. When Pakistan, now you can call however you want, Pakistan was under military rule for some time. Not that India was the perfect example, but India was supported by Soviet Union, Pakistan was supported by the Western world, the free world. Even though Pakistan did not have, democracy and what they call all that freedom and democracy. Like Iraq, for example, that we went and we gave them candies like Victoria Nuland gave the baboons in Kiev. Remember how offensive that was? Anyway, so he said, what are you talking about? You have been done this, you supported Pakistan against us, and besides, let me show you more. Russia Today again, 12th of June. Pakistan and I'm quoting, phenomenal partner in counterterrorism, US General. So Chief Michael Kurilla has said Islamabad has been successfully targeting ISIS Khorasan. And here we go. US Central Command Chief General Michael Kurilla has called Pakistan a phenomenal partner in counterterrorism efforts. Do you know the connection between Mujahideens in Afghanistan, Osama, Al-Qaeda, ISIS? Is there any connection between these things? Well, if you bother to look a little bit deeper, don't have to go deep, a little bit deeper, you are going to find out that it was one entity which supported all these three organizations. There's more than one, but in this case, I'm calling out the one. So it's like you're releasing shit here and activating garbage on the other side. What happened in Pakistan, in Kashmir, I think it was orchestrated or at least allowed to happen. Now, okay, it happened. What can you do to solve the problem? We know that after the September 11 terrorist attacks on the United States of America, we started the war on terror, man. Everyone, we don't talk to them, we just bomb the shit out of them, don't we? But nothing in Pakistan. How are they doing a phenomenal partner? In what kind? I think they're attacking and hitting whatever they want. It's selective. Selective war on terror. Or that is, selective war on terror is like you have selective principles. That is, you like, let's say, justice, but sometimes you like it here and sometimes you ignore it here. And the injustice I'm talking. So, I know for a fact that CIA has bases in Pakistan. And they fly drones from Pakistan's territory over another territory, which is Afghanistan, to hit terrorism. Remember that one? So is that a declaration of war? If you say no, and you say, well, if those guys are terrorists, well, that guy is a terrorist designated by the United States of America. There are many guys who are of the same definition in the United States of America right now, designated as terrorists by other countries. So would that give those countries the right to hit inside the United States of America to what they describe as terrorists? If you say no, then the United States of America has no right to strike inside Afghanistan. So this is the helper. This is the warrant selective. Now, why don't they do anything in Pakistan? Those guys that attacked, right, in Kashmir, those who are located in Pakistan. So how are you a partner? Here is, my friends, that's another example, I think, of hypocritical behavior coming from the West. And the problem is this. If you are a thug, I would accept, first, I don't like you're a thug, but that's the way it is. And you are a thug. At least say it. At least say it. You know what? I'm a thug, man. I'm going to punch you all. I'm going to be a prick. Okay. At least you're honest. Well, the problem here is different. These guys are thugs, but they want everyone else to identify the thugs as the biggest moral, entity on the planet. This is what bothers me. The perfect scenario should be, I'm not a thug, and I say I'm not a thug. But we don't have that. We have thug, wanting everybody else to look at them as being not non-thugs, being fantastic. And I identify myself with fantastic, and whomever dares to not identify me as fantastic, I'm gonna smack you because I'm not a thug. You know what I mean? It's so, this is what bothers me. They want to pass as being fantastic, and they are the same as any other thug in the parking lot, basically. And Jay Shankar has the courage and the power to say so. And these guys would like to shut him up fast, but they can't. Why? India seems to be very much independent. And those guys tried already with threats, blackmail, and a regime change. How do they start with a regime change? With the different groups in India, not respecting the rights of the group Bibi and the group Tsitsi and the group Lulu and Kaka. All right, those guys' rights are infringed right there. Human rights violations by India. We should do something to you, right? They foment problems. So this is the third one, regime change. They tried that in India. It doesn't mean they stopped. They will do it again. They will not bombard India, that's for sure. They don't dare to impose sanctions on India yet. Why? 1.5 billion people. That would bring India clearly on the other side, which it is on the other side already. But India is independent enough to say, you know what, we have our own interests, and we don't care if you hurt your feelings, because you have your own interest. Now we can find a common denominator. This is like an adult talk. Now, these guys want you to hate that because I hate that. What is this? I mean, I found a group that works like that in real life. Michael, he cheated on me. You gotta hate him too. Why? He didn't do anything to me. Well, if you're my friend, you have to hate him too. But he didn't do anything to me. Oh, he did to me. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't. I met a lot of people who, were, how should I put it? Other people claimed that they are bad people. But those bad people had an, how do you call it here? Phenomenal person in their relationship with me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So let's say I'm with you, and I'm a friend, and you're phenomenal, fantastic. But Gigi, Mike, and Tom come and say, hey, you know what? This guy right here is not a good guy, man. He's the bad guy. Why are you talking to him? What am I supposed to say? Man, I don't know what the thing occurred between the you two over here. I don't have the evidence. I don't have all the, the angles, and I don't want to have it. I know that this guy right here never screwed me over. Nothing. He didn't do anything. He's the nice guy. Phenomenal. So what am I supposed to do? Just because this guy tells me that you guys have a problem, I'm supposed to hate you? Yeah, that's exactly how these guys are. Well, we don't like Russia. Nobody is allowed to like Russia. Nobody. Why? Because we say so. And if you say no, bang. Is this the world you want to live in? If you say yes, I hope you will be at the receiving end of all this policy. And you will be, sooner or later. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.